How creative do you think you are? And when I hold on, because you took a deep breath. So before you answer
that question, it's a hell of a question though. Like
how creative do you really think you can be if you weren't conditioned and had all of these? As you said, you had Caribbean parents who wanted certain things. So a lot of your creativeness was stole away from you early on, whether you knew it or not, because you never had free will to think. But go ahead.
Well,
free will to think.
You think you do. A lot of people think they have free will to think. But when you don't really see, now I don't want to take over the whole thing.
He who pays the piper, I say this, he who pays the piper calls the tune. It wasn't until my parents saw, my dad in particular, it wasn't until he saw, I'm Cliff Jr. So when he saw his name on television, or when somebody else saw our name on television and called him and said to him, what are you doing what you doing with TV? I just saw your name. And he called me. Then he recognized that what I was doing, there was an outlet for it, and like you can actually get paid to do this. Because, you know, if you don't know anybody who's ever done it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, like if somebody told us 10 years ago, yeah, 10 years there's gonna be, you know, you can sit on this thing and you can fly around like them big ass drones that carry cameras, you'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here. But it's happening today. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know anybody who's ever done it, it's difficult for you to support it. I think that's the difference between our generation of parents and our parents' generation of parents.
And that's what makes it, for me, I tell people all the time, Jay gave me, it was one thing he gave me inspiration. I saw somebody who I slept on the floor with that did it. That's some
real.
Powerful shit.
That's
Absolutely.
real.
You know what I mean?
Real.
So you don't understand how inspiration can inspire you to do exactly what you've seen that's been done.
You know, I find myself, with my experience, I find myself in a lot of instances, I'm the older cousin of a lot of my guy cousins. And there are a lot of them that are doing music. I have one cousin who's on Instagram doing comedy. And every time I talk to him, it's nothing but encouragement. It's nothing but, like, I see you working. I saw this. I think you should, you know, think about this. But I love where you're going with this. I love the energy that you're putting into this. Stay at it, no matter what you're hearing sideways, no matter what you're hearing otherwise. Like, some of the things that I wish I had heard in those moments when, you know, because what plays back is what the people who you are most influenced by and the most, and you in the most, that you respect the most, what they say about you, right? So if you're the people who are giving you guidance, and I don't want to say my parents like they were bad parents. My parents were great parents, and they're their own success story coming from, you know, where they came from,
right,
and getting to the point where they got with us. You know what I'm saying? But having not seen anyone from where they're from do it, they could not give me that encouragement because they didn't see the outlet or the where that opportunity could lead.
Right, absolutely.
So I think that I take it upon myself. That ain't me, huh?
No, that's me.
I take it upon myself that when I am in communication with those young cousins, when I am in communication, you know, with my young artist friends or whomever, you know what I'm saying? I make it a point to say to them, you can be successful at this, you know, keep going, you know, you got to go through this part. And then that, plus I'm fortunate enough to be an adjunct professor at Texas Southern University where I get to work.
You're what?
An adjunct professor.
What the fuck is that?
That means that I'm an industry, okay, so adjuncts are in lieu of degrees or master's degrees, right? With my professional experience, I was hired to teach on the college level. But I do have my master's degree to be able to teach.
What is it called again?
Adjunct.
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 Yes.